The Social Security payment schedule for June 2024, which covers retirement disability, SSDI survivors' spousal, and SSI payments, will be covered in today's video. That is the main topic of the video, so let's dive right in and go over every detail. It's about to be another month, and you understand what it implies. It's time to get paid once more. June is set up in a way that might be somewhat fascinating and may not be the best scenario for many beneficiaries, but it's definitely not the best, as what might have been taken into consideration. Coming out of May was the ideal scenario, and we were all paid much earlier. However, some recipients will also get paid a little early in June. I'll go over all of those specifics in this video and break them down. All the dates you need to be aware of until June, when checks will be distributed to roughly 70 million beneficiaries nationwide. With that said, let's dive in and go over every detail. But let's move through them quickly before we do. I would greatly appreciate it if you could do me a favor by clicking the subscribe button located directly below the video. It is completely free, and I will always be here for you. I watch the headlines every day, doing the research, speaking up for you, responding to your inquiries, and doing everything in my power to support you through this extremely trying and confusing moment. It's tough out there. Financially, things have been really tough for those with low incomes and fixed incomes. And I want to once more thank you so much for being here. I sincerely appreciate it. I will do everything in my power to support you at this time. Please click the subscribe button below to follow the channel, and feel free to share this and other videos with your friends. The channel with your friends, family, and social media once more by clicking the share button below. Thank you so much for your support. Let's discuss the specifics of June. Wow, June is already crazy. Where is 2024 going? Where have all these years gone, I wonder? Do you ever find yourself wondering, wait a minute, what happened? What year is it again? Where's this going right? Halfway through the year? It's amazing how quickly time seems to be passing, but let's discuss the specifics of what's happening, so allow me to outline the dates on which beneficiaries will receive their checks. All right, now here's the other thing. You can see this below in the comment box. I see it every time. However, the dates on which checks are sent out are different every month. It's inevitable that some will comment below saying things like, "We know when we're going to get our check." But the fact is that these dates are changed virtually every month. Unless you've looked at a calendar, which is great if you have one, but it varies every month, and sometimes the arrangement isn't the best. That is, you might get paid early or late. Now here's the thing. Maybe we got paid. We received payment in May, which was the ideal setting. In June, however, we won't receive as much money as we would have liked. This is the time of year when everyone is in need of every last cent and dollar. As of right now, the difference in payment between 5 and 6 days, whether made early or late, is significant. Well, at least that's what I think. Perhaps it doesn't matter to you. I'm not sure about that. For me, though, it seems like every day that passes is a major difference whether you have money or not. It affects things like having food on the table, paying the bills, paying the rent, and, heating and cooling the house in the winter and summer. However, that's just my viewpoint. I could be completely incorrect. Perhaps you disagree, but I feel that there isn't much consistency here. Things seem to change all the time. Nevertheless, let me go over the specifics so that when it comes down to it, we must... For example, if you look at the first day of the month, which is obviously Saturday, does that mean that they don't pay on Saturdays? No, they don't. And they also don't pay on holidays. Therefore, for those of you who receive SSI benefits, that is, supplementary security income, you will receive your payment really the day before, and as you are probably aware, you will receive it on Friday, the 31st. That's the great thing about it, so yes, SSI recipients will receive their payment one day early, May 31st, okay? Well, that's the first check that will be sent out to roughly 8 million individuals. The third check, which I know some of you here receive, will be sent out to a few different groups of people. Third, those who are receiving current claims, that is, Social Security and Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and retirement benefits or SSDI benefits. Yes, you can do that. This is known as concurrent claims, and you are welcome to research it if you're interested. Wish to, but this is usually paid on Monday the 3rd of the month, so there won't be any changes there because it's not a holiday or a weekend. For those who are self-employed or getting benefits, Monday will always be the payment day. Before May 1997. If that is the case, you typically receive payment on the 3rd of the month as well. Again, this is not the case for everyone, but some people do receive payment on this day. As a result, we will have to wait until May or later. We have to wait until June 12th, which is the second Wednesday. Keep in mind that you get paid on Wednesdays. I apologize for talking about these May dates and June dates and things of that nature. June 12th. Okay, so if your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, this is the day on which you will receive your payment. It is June 12th, the second Wednesday of the month, which those checks will be distributed. Let's go all the way until June 19th, which is this Wednesday, the 3rd. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th of this month, checks will be distributed on that date, arriving for this group of people once more on the 3rd Wednesday, which happens to be the 19th. Just keep in mind that's how or the day that you'll receive that at this point if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st. To be considering the 4th Wednesday of the month, which is June 26th, all right? On that day, the checks will be sent to the individuals whose birthdays fall within that range. As I mentioned earlier, the 2nd and the 31st are the 4th Wednesday, which is June 26th. All right, so those are the days on which checks will be sent to roughly 70 million individuals in June. As I mentioned before, though, this is the last week of May, so keep that in mind. Wednesday was the 1st. This is the ideal setting, so let's just contrast it for a little while, okay? I'd like to respond to a few remarks that I may read in the comment box below that suggest we don't really care. It's acceptable when we get paid on time. Here's the issue. Let me give you this perspective here. Okay, so if you don't care when you get paid, that's absolutely fine. I care when I get paid because for me, every last day counts. When the 1st of the month falls on a Wednesday, it establishes the very earliest payment schedule for the month. For example, if May 1st falls on a Wednesday, we don't get paid on that day. Well, actually, SSI beneficiaries do get paid on the 1st. Was the 2nd Wednesday already, which is fine, but June 12th is June 12th, which is 4 days later in the same scenario. So in May, you were paid on the 8th, and in June, you will be paid on the 12th. Maybe you don't mind the 4 days difference. About 4 days, which is important to me. In fact, it's not even the worst that can happen. Month by month, it can increase to 6 days of separation. It's why I'm bringing this up. I like to discuss this in these videos because sometimes we fail to see that we should be breaking these habits. For example, we might think, hey, wait, I thought the check was arriving today. Oh, sorry, I got to wait another week or another 5 days or something. Schedules for you, and they are updated each month. In my honest view, the ideal configuration is always the first landing on a Wednesday CU since we are paid earlier. I don't know about you, but I personally like to be paid early. Every time, right? Why wouldn't we want to get paid early? After all, money is always better in our pockets and in our hands than it is in someone else's. Anyway, that's what I want to draw your attention to right now. One other thing I want to mention right away is that we will be approaching the crucial months of July, and August, which is why these are the 3 months that will be most significant for inflation. July is the first month that 3rd quarter is when the data on inflation is collected in order to calculate the price of coal for the next year. I know that we are currently in the 3rd quarter, but we won't be there for another month when I'm filming this movie. We are 1 month away from July, and July is middle summer, so it really couldn't get any better. I mean, it beats winter, I promise. Anyway, my point is that these are the months of July, August, and September, very much crucial moment when all of the inflation data that we've been discussing and gathering here over the last few months of this year is going to become quite significant, because in the end, that inflation data directly links to your raise to your monthly benefit, and we'll keep a close eye on that information as it becomes available. The inflation rate is set to increase in July, so that's good to know. I'll end it there for now, as always, if you have any comments. In this video, I want to draw your attention to the days that payments will be sent to millions of people during the month of June.